The only reason why I will sit here and talk to you about God is because I have experienced God in so many ways in my life, so much so that I can beat my chest and tell you that God is committed to working in the favor of those who really trust in Him. Something happened to me recently, and I want to share this testimony to encourage someone to know that you are not alone in whatever it is you are going through. God is right there with you, working in your favor. Here is my testimony. Recently, I graduated from a school here in Canada, and I had just 90 days to get a full-time job offer so as to extend my stay and also get a work permit. The first month came, I couldn't get a job. I prayed, I cried, I was so anxious. I did everything humanly possible to make it happen, but it wasn't forthcoming. The second month, I decided to stop being anxious, stop praying in fear, and just trust God. I did more of praising Him than praying for anything. That same week, I landed a job. Here is the miracle in my testimony. A friend of mine sent me an email to apply for a job. I made my applications and I got an invitation for an interview. But the invitation actually did not state where the interview will be taking place. So this friend of mine called me and told me that they're going to send me a Zoom link, or they may give me a call for the interview. So that made me believe that it was not going to be in person. So the day of the interview came, I prepared myself. I sat down in front of my table and I was waiting for a call. But lo and behold, 5 minutes down the line, nothing happened. So I quickly called the guy and I said, "What is going on? You told me they were going to call me for a Zoom interview, or it may be a normal call. This is 5 minutes past the time and I didn't get a call. And I also know that this is unlike Canadian employers. If they give you a time for an interview, on that same time, they are going to call you." Okay, the person was like, "Just give me like 2 minutes. Let me make a call." And then he called me back to tell me that this interview is actually in person and not going to be on Zoom or even a normal call. That got me scared, devastated, confused, like, something you have been waiting for so long. And all of a sudden, you're watching it trying to slip out of your pants. At that moment, all I wanted to do was lock my door, lie down on my bed, and cry. But on the other hand, I felt the Spirit of God telling me, "Get ready, go for the interview." And I was asking myself, with what face will I go and face the interviewers? With what face will I face the people who are there before me? Like, what explanation will I give for coming so late? And this place I'm talking about is a little bit far from where I stay. So by the time I get there, it would have been like an hour past the time of the interview. But I just handed over everything to God and I moved. By the time I got there, both the interviewers and every other person that came for the interview had all gone away. Like, I didn't see anybody there. So I met the receptionist and I was telling her my story, that I was supposed to be here like an hour ago, but due to one thing and the other, I am just coming. Then she said, "Okay, hold on," that she was going to go around and check if she can get them back in to the office to interview me. I said, "Okay." I sat down somewhere, began to call upon God to show me mercy, to intervene. Another 30 minutes came and there was nothing. Nobody was talking to me. I was just sitting there as if I was just there on my own. After like another 15 minutes, two ladies walked up to me and were asking me what happened. Why am I just coming? That the interview was over. And I told them that I'm so sorry. It wasn't my intentions to be late, but one thing led to the other and I'm late now. She was like, "Okay, no problem. Just come in. Let's quickly do the interview," because they had to rush to a meeting. And I said, "Okay." I followed them and They started asking me questions. To my surprise, I was even answering very well because at that point I was so anxious. All my nerves were shaking and I didn't know I was going to even remember one single answer to any question. But God was faithful. I answered very well. In fact, they were saying perfect, perfect. And I'm like, is it really perfect? Or are they just saying that to make me feel better? 2 weeks after that interview, I got the job offer. Guys, our God is a merciful God. And to everyone that call upon his name, he is committed to answering us. Unless you have not resolved it in your heart that God is your God and you want to serve him and him alone. If you have committed to that, trust me, God will never allow you to be put to shame. This is a company and a job that many of my colleagues wanted so badly, but they didn't get it. And after that one, two more came. Like I got two extra offers. I had to make my choice. If God is really your God, hold him tight. He will not disappoint you. He will not allow you to be put to shame unless you do not trust him completely. Unless you have alternatives. If God is the only option you have, trust me, he will come true for you. Even if it doesn't happen the way you want it or the time that you want it, he will never be late. I encourage you, child of God, put your trust in the Lord and in the power of his might. And trust me, he will always see you through, no matter what it is you are going through. God bless you for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.